Hello, friends, and welcome back to Business Happy Hour. Today, I have a fun discussion. I feel like I always have a fun discussion, but I'm excited about today because I feel like there's been a lot of energy in the space where it's just like everything is too saturated and I can't be successful, right? And I I mean, I agree. I agree that it's saturated. I do not agree that you can't be successful. You just have to change your strategy. And today I want this to be kind of like a fulcrum or a catalyst, if you will, to you really evaluating your current strategy and getting some creative ideas of other things that you can do. Okay. I primarily built my business, my nutrition business, on Instagram, on social media, right? Now, is that still possible today? 100%. Most of my clients are still doing that. However, if they aren't able to build their business or at least like hit the amount of, money that they want to make per month, I'm not just sitting there and saying, post more, do more, post more, try your switching your messaging. I'm helping them do different things, different avenues to capture different people, right? Because in business, there are things we can control and there are things that we cannot control, right? Now, as far as the things that we can control our input. We can control what we're doing in terms of how much we're posting, the types of content we're posting, the amount of effort we're putting into our email series, our freebies, our new offers, our willingness to go after new strategies and not have fear, right? And I had this conversation with a client the other day, and I was like, when I think about people who are really excelling in the space, they have an unwavering confidence in their product, in what they offer, and if you're just starting out, that's okay if you don't feel like you have that confidence. But over time, you need to have that confidence in your offer. And I'm curious if you don't feel like, oh, yeah, I have an unwavering confidence that I can get results. What do you need in order to get there? Because it is going to be really hard to talk about your service or product if you don't have that unwavering confidence. It's going to come off in your tonality, it comes off in your stories. It's like, this chick does not have any confidence in her offer. Why would I sign up for it? Versus when someone, this was not meant to be a confidence podcast, but or episode, but you know me and my tangents. Um, you know the difference when someone gets on and they're like, holy shit, guys, this is the most epic program I've ever put together versus someone that's like, I'm really excited. Just I just finished putting together my one-on-one coaching offer, and it's really going to help you to um uh lose weight, and I can't wait. Apply here. Like, what's the difference there? There's a huge difference there. So that's something I really want you to take a look at. Now, that's tangent over. What I really want to take a look at is your input and different ways that you can kind of get creative with getting clients during this time where, yeah, the online space is saturated. Yeah, it's definitely gotten harder to get clients, but how can you overcome that? Now, the main thing I want to talk about today is inbound versus outbound. Okay. So, and I'm talking leads. So an inbound lead would be someone who applies to your like link in bio if you have an application for your program. That would be an inbound lead. Versus someone who or even let me give you another example of inbound. Someone who clicks on your link in bio, someone who DMs you, someone who answers your story, someone who comments on your post. Those are all inbound inquiries, inbound leads. Okay. Outbound, at least the way that I personally define it. Now, Typically, people I would say would define outbound as like cold people, cold leads that you're just going after. Now, I don't necessarily uh agree or preach that strategy. Um, just for the people that I know that you guys are, right? I know that most of you are in health and wellness, you're some sort of coach, maybe photographers, wedding planners, etc. The people that you're targeting, they don't want cold calls. They don't want cold DMs, right? So I almost call it like an inbound outbound approach. It's inbound because they know who you are. They are aware of you. They likely follow you, or they've liked your post before, or they've commented on something, or they've watched your stories, but they haven't made that touch point yet. They haven't taken the action to apply. They haven't taken the action um to message you, to comment on something, right? So we need to take the action nowadays in order to stand out. There's many things you can do to stand out, and yes, messaging can absolutely be one of those. But we need to take the action to be proactive. Start those conversations. And I want you to stop thinking of it as, okay, let me start a conversation so I can make a sale, because that's the reason that you're thinking it's sleazy. If you shift your perspective and it's like, hey, I just want to make connections and see how I can help this person. When you shift that perspective, you're going to feel so much better about it. Now, I know the next question is like, okay, who do I reach out to? So what I would personally do if I were you, I have like I have like tiers of who I would reach out to. So the first people I mean, I would obviously reach out to the warmest people, right? So if there's anybody who's commented on my post before, but maybe hasn't DM'd me yet, or if there's anybody who's liked my post before and we haven't chatted yet, like I would literally go through my past probably 12 posts, see who's liked it, see who's commented on it, and I would start a conversation with them. And it doesn't have to be fucking weird. Like, it literally can just be, hey, Sally, I was going through some of the comments on my recent posts, and I saw that you commented on, you know, give the context of the post. I saw you commented on one of my posts where I was talking about fueling for your run. And I wanted to see if you had any questions about fueling your runs. How are you currently fueling your runs? And you want to make sure that you definitely are leaving them with a question, right? Like, don't just be like, hey, just wanted to check in. It's like, how are you currently fueling your runs? It's such a simple and easy thing to answer without it being like, oh God, this answer, I have to answer her and it's going to take me 10 hours to type this response. Like, think of a very targeted question that you can ask them based on whatever they commented, watched on your story, anything like that, right? So if you're starting with a comment, you can go that way. If you're starting with, oh, this person liked it. Oh, I saw you recently liked my post where I was talking about X. Like, I'm curious, how do you currently manage your nutrition for your runs? I'm just picking someone who's in running nutrition. Um, and again, it's a very targeted question. Same thing for your stories. If you're reaching out to people that have viewed your stories, hey, blah 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 blah. I noticed you viewed my story where I was talking about blah blah blah. I'd love to hear like, and again, like, yes, you can say I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on, food guilt if that's what it was. But ideally, you're asking them a targeted question about themselves, and it's going to uncover the pain that they're struggling with, right? So if I were to say, oh, okay, like okay, example, my story, I'm talking about how I just ran 5 miles and these are, or I don't know, let's take 10 miles, just for realisticness of this nutrition scenario. Okay. I am a dietitian after all. So I don't know why I have headphones in my ears. I just realized they're not giving me any feedback. Okay. Anyway, if you're watching me on YouTube, you're probably like, what are you doing? Anyway, so we just ran 10 miles and I'm like, oh, this is the gel that I just, you know, ate halfway through my run, whatever it is. Okay. And then I see Sally viewed my story. Okay, great. I'm reaching out. Hey, I saw that were I saw that you, what's the best way to go? Because this one's definitely a little bit creepier because you're like, what the heck? How does she know I viewed your story? But I mean, anybody knows if you're on Instagram, you know that people can see that who viewed your story, right? So I noticed that you were seeing my story, or you saw my story where I was talking about my runs and how I um uh had my glucose pack. Clearly, I'm not well versed in glucose packs and fueling for long runs, which I need to get better at because I am doing a 10-mile run in November, which I'm very excited about. It's a new venture for me. But so you reach out to her with the actual thing that you're talking about in that story, and then it's like, I'm curious, uh do you have any glucose packs, or this is not a great example because I don't know names of certain glucose packs or whatever the heck they're called, nutrition during your run, right? And that's giving her a really targeted question. And then she's gonna be like, oh no, I don't. Like, I actually don't even run. Okay, great. You're disqualifying her as being an ideal client if you're a dietitian that strictly works with runners. Or she's gonna be like, yeah, you know what? I actually just started running and I was looking for good nutrition sources for my longer runs. I'm typically doing anywhere from like 7 to 10 miles, 3 to 4 times a week, whatever it is. Now you have such a great gateway for a conversation. And again, it's not like, okay, great. She answered. Now I need to go, and I need to get her on to sign on. It's like the next step is just to get her on a call, set an appointment, set a time to chat, build that trust. And maybe you're like, this chick's not ready for a call. Send her a free resource. Send her a post that you've done that maybe is relevant to your conversation. Just establish a freaking relationship, people. Like, we're so quick to be like, all right, on to the next, on to the next. Okay, she's a good fit. All right, let's get her on a call. Let's make sure that she signs up. Let's get her signed up as fast as possible. Right. And yes, there's something to say about urgency, and there's something to say about timelines and things like that in sales and marketing when you're trying to get new clients, but be a human. You're talking to humans. Okay. And I want you to just think about, if someone were reaching out to you and they sent you a personalized message, how would it feel? Because to me personally, I get so pissed off when I have these requests in my DMs that are like, hey, Lauren, want to grow from 500 to 1,500 follower, whatever it is. I saw that you are a online content creator. It's like, everyone you're reaching out to is an online content creator. Like, no specificity, no personalization, just like, it's very clear you're sending out hundreds of these per day, right? Versus if someone reaches out to me and they're like, hey, I noticed that you watched one of my stories, and I was talking about X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm curious how you blah, 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 blah. Very different. Very, very different. And even people who do personalize some things, like, if I'm not watching their stuff, it's a challenge for me to answer them because I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, because it's so cold. It's such a cold outreach measure versus if I'm watching someone's stuff, like if I'm religiously watching someone and they DM me, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, this is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, if you're listening to this and maybe we've never chatted before, and if I were to send you a DM that's like, hey, Sally, I saw that you were watching my story about growing your business utilizing content. I'm curious, like, what's your current content strategy? Would you hate me forever? Now, I don't personally do this as of right now. For a few reasons. I am happy with my client load right now, for one, and two, it's a little bit different in the business space, like business to business versus business to consumer. I did this all of the time in my nutrition business, and it worked like a freaking charm. So many of these people are just sitting on the fence waiting to reach out, and you are just speeding things up so much faster when you just reach out to them. Because chances are they're probably like, oh my God, I was literally thinking about reaching out to her and she just reached out to me. It's fate, right? Like, if you're reaching out to people who are already in your world that just haven't quite touched you yet, you are going to significantly increase your client load. Now, where the problem lies is you. I love you, but chances are you're getting in your own way here. Chances are you are sitting there being like, oh my God, that's sleazy. Oh my God, I don't want to be that person. Oh my God, that's so uncomfortable. You need to make yourself uncomfortable, especially with where the online space is right now. If you want to get clients online, yes, you can create content. Yes, you can get clients without having to do outreach. But if you're looking to grow your income, you have to do things that you're not currently doing. You have to change your strategy. You have to add to your strategy in order to grow. You can't keep relying on going viral. And I know this because I've done this. I have literally been like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's so uncomfortable. It's so weird. I don't want to do that. Be like, okay, let me just put out more content and let me just go viral and then it'll be better. I mean, it can happen, but are you just going to sit here and wait for that to happen? Or are you going to go out and you're going to be proactive and make it happen? And put your discomfort to the side and remind yourself that like you're here to help people. You're not here to sell people shit that they don't need. They're watching your stuff religiously. They need you. And the second you change your mindset around that, you are going to be so much better off. You're going to find so much more confidence in your product and your service. You're going to get so many more clients. Okay. And I know that a lot of this can be challenging. I know that a lot of this can be uncomfortable. And this is why I'm such a big believer in mentorship, because when you're paying someone and they are advising you do something, chances are you're going to be that much more likely to do it. Not only because there's skin in the game financially, but our ego does not like to show up to a call with a mentor or a coach and it's like, hey, okay, so how'd that go? And you're like, I just didn't do it. You are like on the edge of pushing your limits and you need to just get over that edge. And if you need help getting there, I am 100% here for you. Right now, your business empire is the best way to work with me. It is for you if you are just ready to go all in on your business. You want all of the things. You want a one-stop shop. You don't want to have to be like, okay, well, I need to go to this person for content, and then I need to go to this person for learning to launch, and then I need to go to this person to teach me like how to create an LLC. I mean, I'm not an attorney by any means, but I can show you how to go on LegalZoom. Okay. We can create a legal entity with the help of LegalZoom. Um, it's my bread and butter. And I'm so excited about this container because I've just been dying to have a one-stop shop for people. Okay. Because I wish this is what I had when I first started. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy and grateful for the journey that I've taken to get here, but if I just had everything I needed in one place, that would be a fucking dream. Like everything from exactly what to post to exactly how to create your program to exactly how to sell and launch your program. And then on top of that, have the personalization where you can actually get on a call with me where we are strategizing these things together. So it's not just, okay, I did this course and I learned these things. Now I have to figure out how to implement it. We are in Messenger on Slack chatting through this personally, you and I. We are on calls every month, chatting this through personally every month. It is the best place to be right now, especially as the online space continues to evolve. Locking yourself in to a space that you are set up for success is a really good idea. Okay, so I would love to see you inside. You can just message me your business empire and I will send you all of the deets. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always here and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.